Going. How's it going, guys? Welcome to After Hours, where we already drank quite a bit and we're starting a podcast now. In case you didn't know what the name of the podcast is, it's After Hours.
After when? Hours. Just kidding.
Exactly. After where?
Hours.
After how? Hours. Makes no sense. We're here. We're back. We're doing a thing.
We did a thing.
We did a thing. Did we do a thing? What did we do?
I don't know. Fuck. We're usually doing things.
Yeah, so we're here after hours. That's what we do. This week we're talking about secret societies in movies, games, video games, and TV and anime and
all the conspiracies. Conspiracy theories galore. This is gonna be great. It's like, I've been waiting for this. No.
So, yeah. But before we do that, we're going to get into our random. And what is a random today?
Breweries, distilleries, and meaderies. So, any one of them, really.
Heck yeah, dude.
If it's producing alcohol, we're talking about it. It's kidding. Except those medical facilities. Fuck those things. Just kidding.
So let's start off with one that I've been to that I'm very excited I've been to. Stone Brewing.
Yeah, that's one I want to go to. Where the hell is that?
Near Oceanside is all I remember. I forget the exact town because there's so many different random towns.
Doesn't like
California.
I was gonna say, doesn't every fucking coastal city have like a place called Oceanside?
Well, no, there's one that's like right next to a military base called Oceanside and whatnot. My brother used to be there.
No, I mean like Oceanside's pretty common city name for like coastal cities, coastal states.
No, but it's a pretty big city. Oceanside's a big city. I don't think it is a very popular one.
Never mind.
Anyways, but yeah, I've been to Stone Brewing. It's where I got my genie bottle of a growler that I was super excited to get.
Wait, you have a genie?
Yeah. It's sitting in my closet right now.
Dope.
I haven't never switched yet.
What's your first wish?
I haven't decided.
God.
I just love those genie memes. Where it's like, you get 3 wishes. You can't resurrect, but you can't resurrect anyone from the dead. You can't wish for love and something else. I forget what that third rule was. And it's like, okay.
You can't ask anybody to fall in love. You can't wish for somebody else to fall in love.
And then, okay, I wish spiders had wings. So there are 4 rules.
That's fucking great. New rule. Let's not do that. Oh god. But yeah, it's pretty funny.
Stone Brewing, pretty great place. It was pretty big.
Yeah.
Obviously, they had their own like little restaurant. Too expensive for me. But yeah, I forget what I got there, but I got a whole growler.
A whole growler or something, huh? Nice.
Okay. Saved it for Derek's podcast, Bros and Brews. I don't know if we've talked about that at all ever on this podcast.
Yeah, I don't know if it's been a mention ever, but like, that's a thing.
I went there when I was on tour for music, and then brought it back here for Derek so that he could drink it with us.
Yeah.
Because he's a homie.
There's 2 breweries in Las Vegas that I wish I like had the time to go to. Not really, actually. Like the people who were talking to me, like that were trying to like sell me the idea of going to the brewery, were like, they had a pretty like, I don't know if it's just because it was like Vegas and they've been in Vegas for so long that they're used to like big shows and stuff like that. But they completely undersold the idea of going to like the different breweries in Vegas. And I was just like, you make it sound like I don't want to go. But now that I think about it, I was like, I totally should have gone because that interests me a lot.
Yeah. I mean, you were there for like
forever. For a little while.
Yeah. I feel like I've been to all the breweries here in town in Flagstaff.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't think I've not been to one. Yeah, I've been to all of them.
Yeah. So that's something.
Dude, I like Wanderlust the most, actually. But it's just so inconvenient to go, like, it's so out of the way. It's ridiculously out of the way.
I was going to say Wanderlust is probably like my least favorite.
Really? Oh my god. It's one of my favorite to go to. Like, I used to have a friend who like lived like 2 blocks away from that thing, and I was just like, we were always like walking down to it and just like, it's like we're doing this. It's like we're going back to your place and we go like talk for a while. It was the perfect thing. It was just like fun. Mainly because like, oh dude, the fucking barrels they had, you just like when they used to have their tables used to be just like barrels, like charred barrels that nobody like that were out of circulation. You just put them on top of like all your food and your drink on top of it. It's like it's there.
Nice.
It was good times.
Yeah, no, I'm just not a big fan of their beer. So
they got some pretty good like seasonal stuff and like limited time stuff. Like I will agree, 928 kind of sucks. But the Pan Am and the Pan Am Nitro, this is good stuff.
All right, the Pan Am's pretty good. Was it a Fire Creek? We had the Pan Am with the shot in it. No, it wasn't a shot. Yeah, a shot of espresso.
Yeah, we had a shot of espresso inside the Pan Am Nitro. Chocolate milk. The entire time.
So delicious.
Somebody was like, it tastes exactly like chocolate milk, and it was like, all right. I was like, I'll try this. It's like, I've heard of this idea, but like, go ahead, throw some coffee in my beer. And it's like, holy shit, that is a chocolate milk. It's like, oh. Bro. And that's like, dude, that was after we did the fucking unlimited mimosas over at the other place, right? We did brunch. Oh, that was hilarious. Oh god.
Was it called the Marketplace at that time? I think it was.
The Market. I think it was just called the Market.
The Market. Yeah, we had mimosas at the Market. I had like 5 or 6 of them.
Dude, we had a few. Then they had to open a few.
This infinite thing go to waste.
No, they opened a few bottles for us. It was like, it's like, all right. Guess we're doing
my money's worth.
So you said they're infinite, right? It's kidding.
And then we went to Fire Creek. Got that, and it was just like a good day drinking day.
It was. We played like 3 games of chess. I barely remember one.
Oh gosh.
No, I think we only played 2 games, right?
I think it was.
I don't know.
2 games.
Yeah, I think we only played 2 games.
Yeah. So brewery that I just recently went to is called Rickety Cricket. They used to have like a thing here downtown, and a bar here downtown. And you remember the?
Yeah, I remember it. yeah.
We had s'mores. They came out with so many different styles of beers, different flavors. They were very much the Dark Sky Brew in Kingman that is here in Flagstaff. But I like them better. If I say it, can I say that? I can say that.
I mean, to be fair. No, what do you call it? Dark Sky. Well, oh yeah, no, Dark Sky is a brewery. I was gonna say like State Bar. State Bar wasn't a brewery. I thought you were like talking about State Bar for a second.
No, I'm talking about Dark Sky because Rickety Cricket comes out with so many vast amounts of flavors of beer.
Yeah, and they're like one-off type stuff.
Yeah,
yeah.
And same thing that Dark Skies do, you know. But I feel like I like the output of Rickety Cricket a little bit more.
Yeah, they have like a really good flavor profile. Like, I know the only thing I had from them is the s'mores and the Fruit Loops. Both taste exactly like what they're supposed to. Yeah. Both taste exactly like what they're selling. But I think the thing that most that I remember from when it used to be the State Bar was there was a one-off. Well, the guy told us what brewery it was, but there was a beer. It was a microbrew that they brewed for a wedding that was called Hot for Teacher. Tasted exactly like Apple Jacks. And I was like, oh my god, bro, I had like so many of those things. He was like, you guys are about okay, so there was like a group of 10 or 12 of us, and I was just like, you guys have to try this. And I bought everybody a beer at the table. They're like, oh my god, we're drinking this the rest of the night. And I think we emptied 2 kegs of theirs. And they were like, you know what, we're about to sell out of this, stop promoting it. They're like, it's on the menu all week, you guys just emptied half of our stock. It was pretty hilarious.
That's pretty hilarious. But yeah, Rickety Cricket, vast amount of beer. I actually got a growler from there. I was going to try and save it for this podcast. I didn't.
No, that's good.
It was a red ale.
What'd you get though?
It was a red ale. I forget what it was called. But when I was there, I had this one called I'll Be Your Huckleberry.
Oh.
It was so delicious. It was like a 10%. And it just went down so smooth.
Was it a stout?
No, it was I believe it was like a...
Oh yeah, you said it was a red ale. My bad.
No. The growler was a red ale.
Okay.
What I got to drink there while I was there was... It didn't say, actually. It just said too much alcohol under it.
Too much alcohol under it?
Yeah, because there were 10 ounces.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It didn't exactly say what it was, but it was delicious. And 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10 rating. Yeah.
Next one was a hazy IPA. It was just okay.
Yeah.
It was just pretty good.
Yeah. I've yet to find a hazy IPA that I've ever liked, to be honest.
I feel like the Lumberyard Hazy.
The Hazy Angel?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's probably my favorite hazy I found. That's just a 7 out of 10.
Yeah. No, they do so the best version of it I've had is they did a strawberry one. Mm-hmm. A strawberry Hazy Angel. And that at least hit an 8. That hit an 8. It's better than the original, and it's it's seasonal. It's delicious. It's and it comes out as a pink thing, and it's
that's nice.
Yeah. It just looks weird in glass. I think that that had a lot of appeal to it. But the thing I want to go to is the Superstition Meadery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you
that thing.
Mention it, I was.
Yeah.
They have some pretty good, damn good meats.
Yeah. So what? You're the one that introduced me to the idea of the entire meadery thing, mm-hmm. And I was like, okay. And then it just randomly popped up to me on my feed in YouTube. Thanks Google for for listening all the time. It popped up in my feed, and I was like, why is Superstition Meadery so good? And I was and I just watched this entire thing on it, and I was like, holy fuck, I want to go to this. I have to go to there.
I need to be there now.
He's like, take me there. Do this. Superstition. Superstition.
Where's that at?
That's that's in the Valley area. Have you been to the Superstition Mountains?
Are they superstitious?
A little bit. No, so the Superstition Mountains are that valley is supposedly where somebody buried a shitload of like gold from the Civil War or some shit like that.
Okay.
But apparently there's this giant gold cache in there, and like they got all this this stupid shit going on out there now. Like there's a bunch of like little tourist attractions on like find the gold, pan for gold, do all this stupid shit. But it's pretty interesting. Yeah.
It wasn't here.
Yeah, and the other thing is that I think that there's also the Salt River that goes through it, and that's a thing, I guess. But like, I remember going out there, and then like, when I used to do like.
Is that a place where people get lost in the mountains all the time?
Yeah, it is actually. They go searching for the that cache of gold, like on these like maps, and they get lost because the maps aren't accurate at all.
And they have to send like helicopters out.
Yeah, and it just becomes a thing. Like, okay, to be honest, like you're in a fucking desert, you can see where you're going. That's the thing that confuses the shit out of me. I'm like, the Superstition Mountains, you can see exactly where fucking Tempe is. You can see the lights from the city, and it's like, how do you just not walk toward that? It's like, oh fuck. It's like, maybe I should walk away from that light over there in the distance. It's like, just walk into the desert a little more.
That's where the gold is.
I mean, that is where the gold is.
Ska Brewing. You ever been to Ska Brewing?
Haven't.
No? It's in Durango. I've been there twice. And both times I did not buy anything from there because I was poor as fuck whenever I visit Durango.
So I hear that Colorado is actually a really, really big like brewing hub.
Oh hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
But I've traveled through Durango most, I feel like, in my adult life than I have anywhere else in Colorado. And I'm actually a big fan of their modus operandi.
Yeah, it's pretty strong.
It's a staple from when I used to like go to Hops on Birch.
Yeah, no, it's big on flavor,
and it's just gets you where you need to go, and it doesn't feel bad going there.
No, there's times where I'm drinking something that tastes super delicious, and then somebody who's like used to drinking like light beers or like microbrews, and they're like, how the fuck do you drink that? I'm like, it's fucking delicious. What are you talking about? I get so mad. I'm like, do you not understand?
I get mad. I'm just like, I just think about, there's a meme that's coming to mind. Weak.
Oh god. Yeah. Oh god.
But you know, like some people just grew up their entire lives. Well, not their entire lives, hopefully.
But most of their drinking
like Bud Light, Budweiser, Pabst.
Yeah.
And they never like delved deep into like, oh, what could beer be other than just water?
Yeah. Oh my god. I remember like after getting into like IPAs and like all this stuff that has like some pretty good flavors to it, like going back to like a Bud Light, and I was like, oh wow, this is garbage. I was like, oh Jesus, I didn't realize how garbage this was.
I've never been a fan of Bud Light or Budweiser or either of those two. My dad was a big Budweiser drinker. He'd always get Budweiser every weekend, like the 32 pack or however many is in there.
The 30 pack, the biggest like box of it. Yeah.
Drink that all weekend.
Yeah. It was pretty funny because I actually did grow up that way. Like I never really drank until I was like 23. And then once I started drinking, I was like, a lot of people drink Bud Light. I'm like, might as well drink that. It was like, and then you just like end up going through like so many of them, and it's like, why do I have such an intolerance to this? And then I realized it's like, oh, you can buy better stuff. It's like $1 more.
Yeah.
It's like it's like yeah, like it's like it's $1 more, but it gets you there faster and it has better taste. And it's just like
it sounds like an alcoholic thing to say, but it's not.
yeah.
You're actually paying less for less money for better tasting and more alcohol.
Yeah.
You're saving money.
Yeah. It's fun. But yeah, that's one of the things. Like if you were like gonna stay at home, you could either have like I remember dudes always coming in like working construction, laying tarmac or doing like all this bullshit. They would come in nightly, buy a 12-pack and be like, oh yeah, they'll be gone by tomorrow. I'm like, well, why don't you just buy like 2 cans of this and you'll be set? I was like, it's so much cheaper and it tastes way better. And they're like, oh, I can't do that. That's for like hipsters. I'm like, it gets you there though. It tastes pretty good. I was like, it's like a third of the price of what it was like. You could buy 2 of them, get you where you're going, and tastes pretty good.
Dust twist off. In case we didn't say, what we're drinking tonight is hard cider. We got the crisp apple over here, then we got the hard apple over here. And in case you want to know what I'm actually talking about, I'm talking about Angry Orchard and then Reds.
It's like a side-by-side comparison.
And let me just say that Angry Orchard was winning, but we also have the Reds that I kind of want to keep even with the Angry Orchard, so I'm drinking another Reds.
No, dude, that's exactly why I took a Reds earlier. I was like, I got to get one of these out of the way. So I'm probably gonna do another one.
We were speaking about meaderies earlier.
Yeah.
Drinking horn. We also have one by them here right now.
Yeah.
That Darren got. It's called Root Beer. It's supposed to taste exactly like root beer.
The one that we originally tried tasted a little more. Well, it tasted a little more like
that was off the tap.
Yeah.
So it was like out of a keg or something. I don't know what they keep them in.
I'm pretty sure it is a keg.
But that one tastes way more like root beer than the bottled one.
Yeah.
But it's still not bad. It's still really good.
Yeah.
So I still recommend it. 8 out of 10. Drinking horn.
Yeah, drinking horn mead. Like this, it's weird because like you go to like some of the bars and like places in town, and this is so expensive at them. Yeah. But like you go to the meadery itself, and it's so cheap. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just realize how much they're upselling you at different places.
Yeah. Do you have anything else in terms of breweries?
Other than the fact that I wanted to go to the Stone, not really.
Okay, so I have 2 things I want to mention, or 3 things I want to mention real quick. My favorite brewery in town that I like to go to is Historic. The one that's right over here.
Yeah.
It's just a hometown vibe. I get that. It's Flagstaff. It's very Flagstaff. But my favorite brewery in town is Mother Road. They just have my favorite beers.
Yeah. To be honest, I actually like going to Mother Road more than any other place, and that's mainly because I like the service, I like the beer,
the people that are nice.
I like the beer, I like the atmosphere, and I like just the service. It's great. Like
we always run into that one guy.
That one guy we always run into him. Like, dude, like I'm becoming like a fanboy for that goddamn brewery so much. Yeah, I have hats. I'm about to buy like sweaters, flannels.
You have
like
the disc, right? Did you get the disc?
I didn't. Oh god, okay. No. But they said they ordered new. Disc golf discs, just so if anybody's like new to the podcast, we play disc golf sometimes, and like I'm about to buy these goddamn discs, and they're overpriced like a mofo, but like I'm about to buy them.
I need them to be the harder plastic, with champion plastic.
The champion plastic. One of them is. The new ones are.
Are they?
Yeah.
Then that's worth it.
It's like
have the money plastic, like $50, $60, sure.
Yeah.
I'm down. I'm just not about to buy the cheap plastic for $40.
Right. Oh God.
But And one I've wanted to go to since Derek mentioned it to me on Breweries like quite a while ago was Pizza Port out in California.
Oh my god. I forgot about that one. I remember the what do you call it? 5 years in the making. That was delicious, dude. That thing
the
was
one that was at
Hops.
Hops on Birch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Remember that?
No.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I'm like, yeah, I could see them having like their own distinct flavors at the very brewery itself, you know?
Yeah.
And not just like, oh, we're trying to sell this to a mass.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, but we're experimenting with this. It's like I want to see what they're experimenting with.
Yeah.
But
And the 5 years in the making, where they actually spent 5 years getting down that flavor, that is delicious. Like, hats off to those guys. Fucking.
Yeah. But a distillery, because we didn't talk about any distilleries at all. Lagavulin is a dream distillery I want to go to out in
Scotland. Wait, is it Irish or Scottish?
I'm pretty sure it's Scottish, right?
Yeah, it's Scotch.
It has to be.
It's Scotch. It's Scotch. It's got to be in Scotland.
But yeah. I just remember Parks and Rec where Leslie sent Ron Swanson on this whole wild goose chase, and then like he ends up at the Lagavulin distillery.
Oh, when they did when he did the scavenger hunt and like his scavenger hunt and let him, let him there. It's like, oh god,
yeah. I'm just like, yes.
It's like. He's like, this is the best gift I've ever gotten. Oh god, the dude that was just like, he's like, I'm gonna buy his house. He's literally the closest person to this.
Yeah. So let's move on to the podcast.
Oh god, yeah, we talked about alcohol like plenty, I guess.
Secret societies is the topic for tonight. There are plenty of movies with secret societies that I actually enjoy. What?
Let's take a break real quick.
You want to take a break?
I gotta take a glad piss.
It's break time!
Oh,
We're back.
Dope.
We're getting started.
Yeah.
Secret societies.
We starting out with movies?
Yeah.
Alright. So.
Because there's plenty of those. I'm going to start out with one because I have a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Start naming some of these. You might even name some of mine. I don't know.
First one is called My Scientology Movie, which is a documentary. But this dude is basically like asking all around California and around Scientologist gatherings, compounds, and stuff about Scientology. He goes to like people who were formerly in Scientology, a Scientologist that were like really high up in like the ranking, I guess. And then he starts getting followed by like these people in like big black vehicles, sunglasses and everything. And he's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I forget how the movie ends, but it was like just watching the entire thing, like him talking about like this is what people claim, this is what Scientologists claim to be, this is what people like leaving Scientology say is what's going on in the organization, and it's just like a hailstorm of craziness. Like, people believe this shit. What?
Wait, isn't this the one where like he like literally like puts down a laser across a giant field and then he does the math to it to where like he's like if the Earth is round
that's a flat Earth movie. Not Scientology movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's a flat Earth movie. That's a different one.
I don't think flat Earthers are part of a secret society, and if they are, let me know. I need to know this.
I want to get in on this.
I need to find it. But,
He's like, I need these sweaters. I need these hats.
Bro, that's totally different.
That's the one I could get behind.
That's just hilarious.
Just like, dude, like I'm such a troll. I could get behind that idea and just like literally try to like think of ways of like trying to disprove just trying to disprove gravity, astronomy, and like the idea of physics in general.
Wasn't found in 1882, so it wasn't invented until then.
Yeah.
So, like, how are people staying on the ground? I'm not sure if that's the correct year. That's the number that felt right.
It's like gravity wasn't around until this date. It's like, so what did they do before that?
Didn't discover gravity until.
It's fucking great though.
But I'm gonna go through another one real quick. The Da Vinci Code, the movie.
Not the actual Da Vinci Code?
I've never read the books.
I mean, not the books, but like the actual Da Vinci Code?
No, not the actual Da Vinci Code.
Okay.
The movies, because we're on movies.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah. Okay.
We're not about to like seriously talk about that.
I was like, we're getting deep in this?
No.
Okay.
But the Da Vinci Code, I feel like, does well in portraying secret societies. And the fact that they don't show a lot of it.
What do you mean? Like the Vatican doesn't show a lot of it? Like they were
itself.
Okay, yeah. It was very suggestive that like the Vatican.
This is happening through these sources, and like all that.
Yeah, and the one dude that was like so devout that he was like fucking like impaling himself.
Mm-hmm. Vision impaling.
Is that what his name was?
No, his name wasn't Vision.
I was like, what the fuck?
I forget the actor's name.
Yeah.
Vision from Marvel.
God.
Marvel movies.
Oh, yeah. God, I forgot about the actor. Jesus Christ. I mean, Moses. Because Moses is real.
Oh, man. But yeah, 1 and 2. They both deal heavily with the Vatican and a lot about Christianity.
And the conspiracy.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Like the blood of Christ.
Yeah.
What is it? I was like, it's passed down because he actually had kids, apparently.
Yeah, there is actually. There's
in theory as well.
Yeah.
In reality.
In reality, there is a suspected like lineage to him.
But yeah. But I really enjoyed the Da Vinci Code. It had me on the edge of my seat, like, what's gonna happen next, type of thing. And then that dude's just like chasing him down, whatnot. You should name one.
So one of the ones I got was Zeitgeist.
Zeitgeist. I don't think I've seen that movie.
Really, it's okay. So this one is a 3-part series about literally like. It starts out kind of like as the evolution of. It talks. The first movie talks about the evolution of man and creationism. The second movie talks about world politics, global politics.
Okay.
The last one talks about how like all the global politics are kind of broken right now because they should be focused on more on universal politics. Since our technology is going past universal tech, it's not our technology is going beyond worldly politics to universal politics. Mm-hmm. So there's this, but that's what a zeitgeist is essentially that it is a secret society trying to influence the world in itself. Wild idea. It was such a wild idea that I remember growing up, and when I seen the first Zeitgeist movie, it was when I was in high school, and my teacher got fired for showing it to us.
Really?
Yeah, it was crazy.
That is crazy. Like, okay.
Yeah, and like they're like, oh yeah, you can't show that to kids. It's like, they're like, why? Oh, because it has to do a lot with religion, and fuck the idea of thinking that religions could all be intertwined.
I mean, for a while in high school, that's what I thought. That's what I came up with my own theory, and just like hanging out, like. This makes sense.
To be honest, I mean, like, it's the same idea of language as well. Like, it's like we might all call something else. We just, it's not like like, the principles are kind of the same between all religions. Kinda. Not exactly.
No, not exactly.
But they're just called different things. It's like, and that's the cool thing. I thought that I drew lines with in that movie, in that little like in my malleable mind at that point.
Yeah.
So like, I drew those lines as well. I was like, oh shit. I was like, I agree with this because you know what? It's like we all call this thing something else, but it's
just like the higher being that we think is all.
Yeah, it's like
powerful, like all the time, but like
the thing that's like that we consider above us.
Yeah.
That higher consciousness, I guess.
I just thought of Rick and Morty with that cloud.
Bro, the fucking no. You know what I thought of? Is this fucking the dragon episode?
Oh god! Season 3 of Rick and Morty, go watch it.
4.
4 is season 4.
4.
Season 4 Rick and Morty, go watch it. Go buy it. I don't care.
You know who believes in dragons? Christian kids don't want to admit that they're Christian.
Okay. So, another movie I have.
That's like Lord of the Bling. Such a great movie.
Another movie I have that is on a very unserious note on top of secret societies, but it has a secret society in the movie. Hot Fuzz.
Okay, yeah. The Greater Good. Love that movie.
Looking into them killers then. It's the one killer, actually.
Oh, God.
That's so amazing. He's just in the store looking at
The Greater Good.
Like, super cop. The cop that cannot be stopped. I'm just like, Jackie Chan.
You haven't watched Bad Boys?
You've never wanted to go jump through the air and shoot your gun and scream, ah?
Oh my god. That's so great. It's fucking. Oh my god. Oh god. Fucking
The Mountain's little brother, what's his name? Hound. The Hound.
The Hound, yeah.
He's in that movie.
Is he?
Yeah, he's the guy that goes, yar.
Really?
Nar. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
That's him. That is totally him. I noticed it first.
I mean, yeah.
Watching,
Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones.
Okay.
And I was like, that's the fucking dude from Hot Fuzz. I don't know how I noticed it. I just noticed it. I'm like, it's him.
Bro, that guy's so cool. Love that guy. Except he loses to a chick, which makes him not cool.
Oh, okay.
Fuck.
Is that what makes him less cool?
Yeah, he does. Just kidding. No, I'm just fucking around. But no, like, I mean, you really want to? Yeah, never mind. Never mind. That's not a thing to die on, I guess.
But I have a few honorable mentions.
Yeah. So go ahead.
Do you have more?
I do.
Okay.
That might be a little too close to reality, actually. The other one, one of the other ones I have is Narnia. Oh,
Narnia,
such a good.
Secret Society?
I mean, it's in the fucking wardrobe.
Was it wardrobe?
Yeah, like literally.
Secret Society.
It's
like
literally
the world.
Yeah.
Sure, I guess. Nobody knows about it.
I mean, it's based upon an entire fucking world that doesn't exist in the real world. And at the end, it's like literally like scripture, like, which is weird. that's a weird thing to end on. It's like scripture. It's like, fuck you, dude. It's like I kind of got it in the first one. The second one kind of got off track. The third one, you were into like full mythology, and then it was like scripture. It's like, fuck you, dude. Fuck you, trying to tie in all these stupid things, like all these mythos into like one ideology.
Yeah. Huh. I never read the last books.
Really?
I think I read all the way up to where they traveled across the sea with that prince.
Prince Caspian?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's the last book I read.
Okay. I've never actually read the books. Oh, speaking of books, I'm pretty sure we mentioned it before, but there was supposed to be like an 8th book to Harry Potter.
Is there? Oh, huh.
God, there was supposed to be.
I heard they were supposed to make a TV series.
Really?
They cast Black Hermione. That was like.
Wait, Did you say Black Hermione?
Yeah. Well, African American. I don't know if she's African American. She's
Nigerian? Just kidding.
Yeah, and there was a whole fuss about that. Then the writer of the book, what's her name?
J.K. Rowling?
J.K. Rowling was like, I never specified what race
they were.
Could be whatever you want to be.
Yeah, and then she started like turning all the characters into like trans and bi and gay and all these other things.
Where were we at?
Still in movies. You were gonna do mentions for movies.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have 2 mentions, and I'm gonna have one that I want to talk about.
Okay.
No, I'm just all 3 mentions.
Okay.
John Wick. Everything he's doing is within the secret society.
Yeah, Secret Society of Assassins. Yeah, that's fucking great. That's a great comic too.
Try not to clean the glasses.
Just kidding. Oh shit, my bad. I did that to be an asshole. Was completely an asshole move. Hold on, we do this again.
John Wick, yeah, totally. Everything he's doing is within secret society. Above something, I wrote it down. I can't read that. Sorry, 1 second. I looked this thing up. Just above Majestic is a documentary about how our whole world is run by aliens, and 3 different types of aliens. The lizard people, I forget the other 2 names, and that lizard people's not even the correct term. But it goes through this whole thing where like, oh, there's a Nazi base down in the South Pole and all this jazz.
Yeah, in the Arctic circles. Yeah.
And it's just like some of it makes sense, a lot of it doesn't.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that's pushing it. like everything that history says it is could very well be right. Like this could be happened the same way it's happened. We've been told it's happened. But at the same time, what you're saying doesn't not make sense. It just doesn't feel right. You know what I mean?
So this is a weird thing that I kind of got to bring up because of my own heritage. The Hopi talk of 3 different races that used to be on Earth other than humans.
Sure.
Which is weird, like that you bring up that there's this documentary about how there's like 3 different alien races on Earth.
And obviously the lizard people are the more malicious out of the 3.
So
the documentary says.
Yeah, so the documentary says.
The other one of them is like out to help us. Another one's just like kind of neutral.
Yeah.
Which could be worse. To be honest.
No, not really. Well, So I got to bring a little bit of my culture into this. The snake people were, yes, like sort of reptilian. The ant people were very. This is just from like a Hopi perspective. It's like
Sure.
This is just kind of what I remember from being taught things. The snake people were like, they were very authoritative, and they were very like, hey, we know we're above you. We're gonna take control. It's like, and we can be in control. And then the ant people, which kind of look like I guess they were people that kind of look like ants. They wanted to be like, no, we should help them develop their civilization and be like, even though we're trying to be a part of their civilizations, we should try to help guide them to something greater than what they are now. And then there was just a neutral positioning that was on this planet to mine resources. And I don't know if they actually did, but like, and I don't know how much of that is true or not, but
Sure.
that's the weird ideology behind it.
Okay. Another one, Wicker Man.
The one with Nicolas Cage?
I mean, either one of them. They're both basically the same plot point. But I've only seen the one with Nicolas Cage, so.
Yeah.
That's technically a secret society. He gets taken to like that whole other place, and then just like gets killed. Like the entire movie leads to him just being like, "Oh, we're gonna burn him on this wicker man."
Yeah. It's like, this is what the Wicker. I was like, you were looking for the Wicker Man. That's what it is.
You found it.
You found it. Congratulations.
I just
You
love that
found
moment in like Community where it's like Nicolas Cage, good or bad actor. You know?
Yeah.
And then Abed like goes out to solve the problem.
Oh my god.
But the last one, Black Klansman. It's a really good movie. You ever see the Black Klansman?
Oh, fucking great movie.
Obviously, it's about the secret society, the KKK.
Not so secretive.
Not so secretive, but they hold their stuff in secret, and therefore they are.
A secret society.
Yeah, just like the Masons or.
Yeah. Freemasons, Illuminati.
And so it's known, but like.
It's like, what are they actually doing? That's what makes them so secretive. The skulls and bones, the fucking. Yeah, there's a few different secret societies out there that still are elusive, I guess.
Yeah, but those are my honorable mentions. TV. Let's move to TV. I have one more for a mention on movies. Okay.
It's a documentary called Loose Change, and it talks about how technically America is in
debt.
We're in debt, but so many other countries are we're mainly in debt because we've indebted a lot of other countries to us.
Okay.
So essentially what we did is we put ourselves, once we became a superpower, and the superpower power is basically just a military force. Once we became a military force, we imposed our ideas on a lot of other people, and then we impose our financial system upon a lot of other people because we had a financial system that was based on something that was tangible. Once it went off something tangible, before it went off something tangible, we imposed that idea around the world. Mm-hmm. And then once we did that, we took it off intangible, and then we did it to. Then we just indebted ourselves into our own nation. We indebted ourselves so much that every other country was indebted indebted to us. And now we just have this cyclical cycle of like debt that we generated, but with us on top of it. So everybody's indebted to us, but we're still in debt.
But we're not in debt to China.
Technically, no.
We're indebted to China.
Technically, we're also indebted to the UK as well, and Russia. But
the three other superpowers.
But yeah, technically, we are indebted to every other superpower in the world. But that's what loose change describes. Every microcosm of their government is indebted so much to the United States that essentially we control. If they want to attack us, essentially we're just going to attack, like we're just going to cripple them, and then they're going to lose everything very quickly.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, and then it just becomes like, and I think China has the best idea of like fighting back against us at this point, which is like literally like fucking up their own economy and fucking up their own dollar system, that we no longer have a way of tracking what the fuck they're doing with their own money. So much so that it fucks up the way we calculate how much they owe us. And then that's why the entire documentary is called Loose Change.
Where does the secret society pull in from this?
Government, I guess. Governmental secret society. Like literally, they're like, they do this under the guy. Like it's literally like that. They do this under the guise of like, hey, we're gonna help your country, but this is the way we're also gonna take over your country, and you're also gonna be indebted to us forever.
Have you seen that meme where it's a Star Wars meme where it's like when the Empire visits a planet, or visits a planet when you visit the Empire, and it's like underneath it's like, oh, this is the US.
Oh yeah, that's the United States. Yeah.
And it has Kronk at the bottom there. It's just like, no, he's got a point.
Yeah, dude, Kronk's down there. He's like, no, he's got a point.
Yeah,
but yeah, like but that's what the U.S. is we're a goddamn bully at this point.
I feel like we learned that from the British Empire, though.
Yeah, not
entirely.
Well, no. What I mean is like, we were a pretty shitty empire until World War II.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we were pretty fucked up until then, and then we like
World War II happened. It was like, oh,
yeah. It's like we literally like I think the U.S. literally just watched the world. Yeah, the world like literally like the world cripple itself, and then we like came in and be like, hey, we got these fucking awesome bombs. It's like y'all should get on this. And then we just became nuclear.
That's a whole different discussion.
No, that's my entire opinion on that. Is like we spent so much time becoming what do you call it, like nuclear savants at the time, so much so that we like kind of crippled the game.
All right, TV shows. We're just bringing on TV shows. That was a nice honorable mention.
Such good movies are like documentaries are so fun though.
Yeah, I agree. I like watching music documentaries more than anything else. But anyways.
Did you watch the fucking?
We're not getting into this right now.
The Motley Crue one, The Dirt. Oh, it's a rockumentary. It's a rockumentary.
Gosh. We've talked about it before. You know we have. We're going into TV.
Okay.
Blacklist. You ever watch this?
The guy who's pretty much a CIA like captive.
Yeah, well, he was CIA. He went rogue and created his own empire, and they couldn't catch him for 30 years, and then he turns himself in. This is the beginning of the series, by the way. He turns himself in because he
developed so many like contacts and integrated himself so well within the system that he was indisposable by the people who captured him and the people who he was selling out.
Yeah, and basically, and it's just like there are plenty of secret societies within this TV show.
Yeah,
I'm being honest, but for the first like 2-3 seasons, there's this thing called the Cabal, which is just like all world organizations like coming together to be like, oh, this is how we're gonna run the Earth.
Yeah,
which is basically the Illuminati for the show. Yeah, I don't know. It's such a good show too. Like it's like one of those. It's based off the format of the show is based off of the buddy cop type of like we're solving a mystery every show type of thing, you know?
Yeah, except it's like it's portrayed in like the dramatic sense where like one of the buddies is a few like an international war
number one in the FBI list. The FBI caught him. FBI doesn't know because we're using him for an informant now.
Yeah, and then like the other one is like the rookie like.
But there's so much story behind it.
Yeah, the rookie agent who's like who only has good intentions.
And I'm gonna be honest. At the end of this last season, I just fucking hate the protagonist.
Dude, I haven't watched all of them. Like, I literally stopped watching for a while because I started watching Criminal Minds. But, oh god, that show was so, like, it was good for a while. Like, a good while.
Yeah, but yeah, that I feel like that was a good one for secret societies because...
Yeah, you like, it's obviously shit that they don't tell you, like... Within news media, that's obviously portrayed in like the entire series because like, oh yeah, it's like, oh yeah, these are constant threat. There's always a constant threat on the United States because we pissed off so many people becoming a world power so quickly. But also, why don't we hear about all these threats to the United States? It's because they're keeping that shit under wraps. That's the secret society.
Yeah, you got one?
I do. I have the originals, which is I'm pretty sure I talked about before, which is the original vampires. But yeah, it's just wild how that story goes along, in the sense that they created almost every every protagonist in the show, almost. I mean. To be honest, a witch created the originals, but somehow the fucking originals were stronger than the witches the entire time.
Could there be like the original witch?
There was twice. And they fucked them up. There was the original witch twice, and then they fucked them up.
I feel like that shouldn't happen.
They did, dude. They fucked them up. I was like, oh god! Like now that you mention it, I'm like, yeah, that original witch, she should have fucked them up. But it was like, oh yeah, they got fucked up.
Well then. Another one I have is Avatar: The Last Airbender, the White Lotus secret society within The Last Airbender.
Yeah,
great secret society until Legend of Korra.
Even before the Legend of Korra.
No, I said they were a great secret society until Legend of Korra. When they're portrayed in Legend of Korra, they just seem so weak.
Not really.
No, really.
Like the White Lotus wasn't like okay. The White Lotus was I viewed weak because there wasn't that many of them.
I don't know. No.
Like, because like to be honest, like the members of the White Lotus that were in the White Lotus were fucking strong characters.
Yeah.
They were like really misrepresented in the war, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And they're beasts. Like they're fucking beasts.
You got Iroh, you got that fire dude who like went away from the Fire Nation. You got Boomy.
Yeah.
Like Boomy? Like,
fucking Boomy, dude.
You got the dude who taught Sokka how to use the sword.
Yeah, the meteor sword. Yeah.
Yeah. Like all beasts.
Yeah. And that was the dude from the Water Tribe, right?
Hmm. Well, the dude from the Water Tribe, I believe, was part of the White Lotus, though.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Like there's obviously there was a dude from every nation.
Mm-hmm.
It was just I can't remember the dude from the Water Tribe.
He was the person who was supposed to be betrothed to Katara's grandma.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That and fucking what the hell? Sokka was supposed to be going, wasn't he? Because he was a part of like the two. What do you call it? His girlfriend was one of the parts of the moon, wasn't she?
His previous girlfriend, sure.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I mean.
But
because they were also she was also supposedly like not like I don't think it's canon, but like she was also part of like the White Lotus as well. And I think she's like one of the first people who brought up the idea of the White Lotus.
Oh, really?
Well, no. Well, that's in the show that you hear about the White Lotus. That you hear like canon of the White Lotus. Not that she's an original member.
No, I know. But I feel like Iroh brought up the White Lotus first. I think it was like one of the first three episodes.
But
I feel like one of the first 3 episodes of the first season, he was like, "Don't underestimate the title of the White Lotus."
That could be a thing because I haven't seen the beginning in a while. But I remember his when they went to the Water Nation, she was talking about the White Lotus as well. And then he was like questioning what the fuck, like it was racking his mind for a few episodes, like what the fuck's the White Lotus? It's like, was you just like ranting about something?
I might need to rewatch it.
Yeah,
but yeah.
To be honest, I might need to rewatch it. It's been a while.
But yeah, those are my two on TV.
Oh, so Utopia. This is. Shut up. I was kidding. I know. I mean, you just signaled it, and I knew. I gotta get some of this root beer.
But it's right.
It is. But Utopia, amazing series.
Remind us what Utopia is.
So I haven't watched the first 2 seasons of it. I watched. No. Okay. So
if you can't tell, audience, I am raising my hands up. And like,
yeah. It's like So it's definitely a what the fuck moment. But so I'm pretty sure Amazon picked this show up from a different sitcom, like a different an out of the country. What do you call it? Like
network?
Network, yeah. Because I watched the new season on Amazon. Amazing, fucking amazing portrayal of.
So you watched the 3rd season?
Yeah, essentially, like because I discovered 2 seasons before this season, but like. It's such a great story about how these characters follow a comic book that is this comic book is supposedly foretelling the future and the future of like all these diseases and how it's going to affect humanity, and it's just portrayed within this comic book called Utopia. And the way it plays out is so amazing. It's just great to see all the characters literally like just mangled together and just like. But the way, yeah, the excitement is real. But I want to watch the first 2 seasons just because, like, I want to see where it originated, because this last season literally demonstrated, oh shit, this is a society within society within a society within the last, like, yeah, like it's like how did they develop this many layers to it? And then at the end of it, you like, at the end, the last few episodes, you get like 4 or 5 different plot twists, and you're just like, oh my Jesus, what do I believe? Give me the next season. But like, props to them, just fucking getting that out.
Yeah.
That was amazing storytelling right there.
Sure. I wouldn't know. Cool. I feel like you talking about this made me think of another one, but
we're gonna go off that. We're gonna move past it. We're gonna go into anime.
We're gonna go to anime.
The Fanime.
So, first one I'm gonna talk about is the Fate series, because we've talked about the Fate series quite a bit.
Yes.
On this podcast, but
I don't think we ever described what the Fate series entails.
Yeah, because like we've talked about the excitement behind, like, oh, you know, like
it's like Fate stays so great. It's like
writers, yada yada. Well, what is this Fate series you guys are talking about? It's based off a secret society of magicians who hold a thing like every, how many years is it? It's like 12 years?
I think it's every 10 years.
Is it every 10?
Yeah.
Every decade?
Yeah.
And the magicians fight for the Holy Grail. And if they win the Holy Grail, then they get a wish.
They get their wish granted.
They get their wish granted.
By the Holy Grail.
And normally there's only 7.
There's 7 classes of warrior that a magician can summon.
Mm-hmm. Except for the Apocrypha. There's only like one set.
So
but in Apocrypha, there were 2 sets that were fighting against each other.
So in Apocrypha, there was a.
So let's just explain the first one first.
Okay, so in a regular Grail War, there's 7 legendary warriors that fight over the Grail.
And the magician who summons one of those warriors, he gets either the rider, the archer, the magician. Is it a magician? What's it called? Spellcaster, assassin. There's 3 more.
What'd you get? What did you get so far?
I'm gonna look it up.
Okay, so
we're gonna get this.
It's rider, archer, saber, lancer,
I didn't say lancer.
spellcaster, assassin, and what's the last one? Fuck.
What was King Arthur?
He's rider, but I already mentioned that.
No, King Arthur wasn't rider.
King Arthur was a saber.
Saber.
I didn't mention saber.
There we go. So I was like, you mentioned each one, I'm just like, I can see them in my mind. I'm like, but where is King Arthur?
But yeah, saber. Yeah. So, and there's 7 classes,
and each magician gets those classes. And they also get a talisman tattoo type of thing on their hands, and they get 3 commandments with those tattoos.
Yeah, they're called command seals.
And they tell their aforementioned warrior what to do, and if they don't want to do it, they can use one of the command seals to make them do it.
So, what they describe command seals as is a overwhelming magical force. So, either that force can either force your your what do you call it? Your summon to do your bidding against their will, or that thing can give them that magical power can grant them greater power to do even greater damage or greater they give them greater ability if they're willing.
And I guess this should be mentioned as well. Any of the warriors can be received from any time in history or the future.
Yeah.
But yeah. And that's the Fate series, I guess. I feel like we did decent.
Yeah, like even like so the characters can be mythological, they can be from the past, or they can be from the future. Mm-hmm. And that develops the show so well.
Explain Apocrypha, why there's two teams.
So Apocrypha happens because there is a Grail War within another Grail War. The first Grail War never fully ended, and another Grail War was started. Since one Grail War never ended and another one was starting, they decided to pit both Grail Wars against each other and have that Grail War end with one Grail War. And that required so much magic that they had to use not a lesser Grail, but the greater Grail, which controlled even the Grail summoners. So the Grail summoning was that goes off into like the idea of Grand Order, which is an entirely different thing. I think I'll stop talking because I have to take a glad piss.
It's break time! So we're back from break because we both had to use the restroom. And yeah.
So, I kind of want to use like 2 minutes at a time to explain why I think Achilles was the best character. Well, not the best character, but I feel like he would have been the one to win everything. This is why, everybody.
His heels.
No, okay, so everybody thinks that, yes, Karna has ridiculous abilities. He is literally guarded by deities. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, Achilles is as well. And that's the thing. That's the thing that makes Achilles so goddamn strong during this thing. Is that he's for the first part, Achilles is able to strip you of every every heroic ability and heroic godsend you have, anything you have that is not your own strength and your own will and persistence, he's able to strip you of that. And you just fight as mortals. That alone, he will win. The other thing is you choose to fight if you don't agree to battle him in that way, which is literally one of the abilities he has, is you have to agree to a battle, a fair duel to him in that sense. So that's what his spear is. His spear is that if you you have to agree to a battle, a fair battle of hand-to-hand combat, of mortal combat, without any divine intervention. If you agree to that fucker is so goddamn, he is combat ready for everything. And he's ridiculous in it. That's why he's never lost. No, he's lost. but not when he was formally trained. When he was formally trained, he never lost. He was a beast, and that is his legend. Is that he's never lost formal combat. Mm-hmm. The other thing is, he commands, like, if he
what happens when you refuse?
When you refuse, he is actually the fastest, strongest, most devastating character there is. Like, literally, he has an attack that attacks you more than, I think it's 200 times, even before you, like, within a millisecond. And it's ridiculous because once he mounts his chariot, he's 200 times faster.
Then aforementioned the 200 times.
Yeah. So
in a millisecond.
Before he's able, like, before he mounts his chariot, he's fast. He's 2 times faster than you before he mounts his chariot. Before most of the characters in the show, he's 2 times faster than all the characters.
Okay.
Once he mounts his chariot, he's 200 times faster than every character. And the funny thing is if he decides to dismount that chariot and attack at the same time, which he's more than capable of doing, he's even 4 times more faster. and so much stronger as well. Because he's so goddamn divine. And once he's that fast, once he's that goddamn fast and that goddamn powerful, the way he blocks is ridiculous. His blocking mechanism is an entirely different reality marble within a reality marble. So it's 2 reality marbles deep that you have to go. You have to destroy 2 different worlds before you come back to the regular world, where he's already moving about 1,000 times faster than you. And it just becomes like, oh yeah, how the fuck do I counter that?
Sure. I just have to see the point where he loses.
The only reason he loses. Okay, sorry. But his loss. Tragic.
So we just got off Fate series. We're coming back to the rest of anime secret societies. After you.
The first one I have is Claymore. I've mentioned it a few times. There is so Claymore is basically about a secret society that is using essentially what is demon blood to create warriors to fight demons. So you infect soldiers with demon blood to fight demons.
Okay.
The aforementioned is a problem because once you infect a human with demon blood, that human becomes a demon if their ability is not capable of controlling that demon blood. So you get this organization that is creating the demons it's meant to fight, and that's where the problem lies, because they don't know how this demon blood works. So essentially they're creating their own worst nightmares, but they're also creating the heroes that fight it. And it's like, goddamn, secret society. Yeah, that's entirely secret society in general. It's like, is it worth creating these soldiers to fight these super
accidentally created?
Yeah, it's like these are these super soldiers worth creating if we just accidentally create these super enemies? Yeah. Super enemies.
Okay. My next one is Hellsing. You ever seen Hellsing?
Once.
Okay.
It was a long time ago too.
So, it's an organization based off of killing vampires.
Yeah. Alucard.
Alucard's
the most OP character ever. How do you not say just Alucard and just like not recognize? Oh god.
Like the style of the entire show is
yeah, it is. It's so great.
like the colors they chose, which is black and red basically.
Yeah.
Works so well. The music, it's on par with Cowboy Bebop. If I dare say.
Oh god. I mean, fucking Cowboy Bebop, that score for that show, good on point, man.
Both very much on point.
Yeah.
But obviously there's a secret society with someone in there already mentioned. There's an organization called the Helsing Organization that was put together to kill vampires.
Yeah, obviously, because like around the world there was they would send in like military troops to fight something that they thought was ordinary, but it wasn't. But they had to enlist the Helsing Organization.
And yeah, so but Alucard is actually a vampire who's working with the organization.
Fighting vampires.
And he's always like looking down on other vampires. He's like, oh, you're just a filthy inbred.
Yeah.
He's all over here like, check out my like shadow wolves I'm gonna kill you with.
See, that's okay. This is what I gotta like bring up a little like as a prerequisite. The originals, that's the same kind of idea. Literally, like the originals were so powerful. Like the idea of the show was like vampires got weaker down the lineage. So the originals were the strongest vampires. Like they had they were so powerful that they could withstand being in the sun.
Okay.
Other vampires weren't able to do that, and then as the trickle down effect, they were literally like less strong, less capable, and and more susceptible to their desires.
Sure. But yeah, Helsing. It was like one season, 2 seasons.
3 seasons, I think.
I think it's 2 seasons.
Really?
Yeah. Seems long, but it's pretty short.
Yeah.
But there's that point where he's like facing that last guy at the end, and he has like that new gun, and he shoots like that spear out of it. I don't know. Just a good show.
Yeah, it's a really good show. Really good show.
Won't take you too long to watch it either. So
yeah. Same with the one I have on my list is Soul Eater. I believe Soul Eater is only 2 seasons, which is amazing.
I feel like Soul Eater is like 60 episodes long.
It is 60 episodes long, but it's only 2 seasons.
You say 2 seasons.
But it's only 2 seasons. But it's only 2 seasons. No, like it's. I think that's like before, like when what do you call it? Anime had like a cutoff for their season time.
A set amount, like, oh, this is what a season is.
Yeah, like before, like the idea, like a season was 24 episodes, and then they cut. Okay, so that's the other thing. Before they did like, oh yeah, a season's 24 episodes, and then it became like, no, it's 12. It's like literally in half. But like when you start watching like really really old animes, like first season's literally like 54 episodes, which is literally an entire year. And then it becomes like, oh, why is like 54 episodes? the first season, and then it becomes like 26, 26, 26, and then it becomes 12, 12, 12. That's when he's like start to question things. But like at the same time, Soul Eater, it was around the time when 26 episodes was a normal season. They did extras, obviously.
Oh, Excalibur.
Yeah. They did like dude, the fucking some of the like Excalibur, the fucking pyramids. Fuck those episodes. Fuck those episodes.
You don't like those episodes?
Fuck those episodes. Fuck those episodes. Goddamn fillers were bullshit.
Fillers are the best. I enjoy fillers.
some fillers, yeah. Some fillers got some good content to them, but like that, like though, like there was very few episodes within like Soul Eater that I disliked, which is why I love the series so much. Mm-hmm. And one of the ones being literally the I'm pretty sure it's not considered a filler episode when Soul reconnects with Maka.
I'm pretty sure that's not us. No. That's the main plot point.
That is main plot point. That is the main plot point.
Dude, the demon inside him though is like it was like playing the piano and shit. Yeah.
Like that's major, but at the same time, felt like filler because you know what was happening in the background? Black Star and fucking Soul Black Star and Death the Kid were fighting the goddamn Kishin Soul. And it is like, oh, I'm gonna be dramatic and play a piano. It's like, no, there's a goddamn Kishin outside fighting. It's like the full form Black Star and Kid in perfect form. It's like that's what's happening outside right now.
I like when they introduced Death of Kid because he went to the Egypt and fought the mummy and everything. I thought that were really good episodes, and now
that's when he connected with the two guns. Yeah.
I like the way he holds guns too.
Yeah.
Very inefficient.
With his fucking firing with his pinkies. Yeah. Some good shit.
But that's some like troll shit, you know? He's like, I'm Death the Kid. Fuck you. I don't need to aim.
No, I love it when they turn into like giant guns and like they're talking to each other. It's like, I don't know about this. It's like, what are you talking about? This can be fun. It's like, I love how the guns have their own personalities.
Yeah, the weapons.
Yeah, the weapons. Weapons and the Meisters.
I think Black Star's Meister, not Meister,
Weapon,
has the most interesting backstory.
She does. I mean, she's what do you call it?
A katana.
Well, no. She's the most forbidden of all the weapons, which is why nobody picks her. Mm-hmm. I mean, even Death himself chose Soul's father as the weapon Meister. Mainly because what the fuck
it wasn't Soul's father, it was
no, it was Soul's father.
It was the Meister's father.
What?
Mm-hmm. What's her name? The one that held Soul. It was
Maka?
Maka's father.
No.
Yeah, it was Maka's father. Because Maka's father was originally her mother's weapon.
Oh yeah. When they did that's how the genie scythe came in. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It was Maka's father, not Soul's father.
Who the fuck was Soul then?
Soul was the scythe.
No, like who's who was Soul's parents?
I don't recall. I don't know if it was ever mentioned at all. Actually,
I don't think it was mentioned. Damn. Yeah, but yeah.
But Maka's father was chosen over Black Star's weapon. What's her name?
Oh God.
Keep talking about it. Okay.
God damn it. It was such a good one too. He has the best fucking. No, he's got to be the next death, because seriously, that fucking his
Tsubaki.
Yeah, Tsubaki. She was amazing. She has like so many different forms.
Yeah,
She literally has so many different forms in her basic form.
Jato, Smoke Bomb, Kusarigima.
Yeah.
I'm just reading this off of the internet, BT ups. But yeah, and there was that point where she had to fight her brother. Was it her brother?
No, it was the essence inside of her, which is essentially her family lineage.
I feel like there was a weapon at some point that was her brother that she had to destroy or something like that.
Yeah, that was the thing inside of her. Like literally, like it was like kind of like a family.
Well, we're talking too much about this.
It was kind of like yeah. I gotta mention this.
Yes.
It was kind of like a family curse, which is why Death the Scythe didn't take her as the as her weapon, as his weapon, is because that family had so much ties to so much Kishin energy that he couldn't take it on. He wanted to be. That's why he wanted a soul as a weapon.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, so Soul Eater, you could discuss a lot of that. We haven't talked
Oh God,
we haven't even talked.
I could talk about Soul Eater forever.
We haven't even talked about Frankenstein or Medusa.
Oh God. Oh God. Yes.
Definitely one to check out. I'm gonna mention one more. You don't have any more, right?
I have one more.
You have one more? Okay. I have one more. Naruto. The Akatsuki.
Naruto,
the Kakashi.
Not only
Sasuke.
Not only is Naruto not only is Naruto a secret, like
the Hidden Leaf Village?
Yeah, it's literally it's in the name. It's in the name. Hidden Leaf Village. Not only is it one of those, it's like there's like secret societies within these secret societies.
Yeah, there's whatever the Sound Ninja from Orochimaru's group. But
the Seven Sound, yeah.
The one I'm focusing on is the Akatsuki, which is like started out from like something like really pure,
grassroots pure
in terms of like the naming and
yeah,
like being made,
grassroots protection group, yeah. And
then like these evil entities was like, oh hey, I can form this to be what I want it to be because it's so new and it can still be formed into something else. And that's exactly what happened with it. And I feel like that happens a lot. Maybe. No. I'm talking about something else. Anyways, I've had about like 8 of these, 7 of these.
We've definitely drank most of these.
We definitely almost killed a pack of hard cider.
Yeah. And my man has not even had a smidgen of the mead yet.
I've had a bit.
Shut up. I've drank. Literally, half of this is gone. You've had like one glass. It's madness.
You poured me some. I'm about to have some after this.
The funny thing was, I was gonna take the last red too.
Anyways.
I like that you're trying to like drink that so fast.
Anyways,
but okay, so
Akatsuki. Let's talk about the Akatsuki.
Hidan.
How did I know you were going to go to Hidan?
Oh God.
Right?
Huh?
That's the one with the 5 hearts?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fucking Hidan.
He's been around since the first Hokage.
Yeah. He was supposedly one of the first people to like allegedly win against the Hokage, like the first Hokage. Survive an encounter with the first Hokage.
Yeah.
He didn't win. He survived an encounter with him.
Mm-hmm. And you know, like,
and I think that's literally
impressive.
Yeah, that's impressive. That's impressive. But like, I still think like his 5 hearts helped in that.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he had the 5 hearts back then.
Maybe that's where he like encountered, like he understood the idea that like, oh shit, maybe I need more than like just
heart.
one of these.
But yeah. So Hidan, there's that guy. I just hate how Naruto's Rasen Shuriken became like so much less after that battle. You know what I mean?
It didn't. I don't think it did. To be honest, I don't think it did, because it was a developmental point, and like that was so
because
he combined the one he had, the Rasen Shuriken, with wind at that point, and that's when it became super effective. A Rasen Shuriken can just be a Rasen Shuriken if you don't combine it with wind.
No. Okay, so the reason why he was able to combine it with the wind and use it again, like the Rasen Shuriken, they told him not to use it again because it was tearing apart his chakra.
It was tearing apart his arm. Like literally, like all of the molecules in his arm.
But because he could use Sage Jutsu against pain, he can heal so fast from the Sage Jutsu that he could use the regular Rasen Shuriken.
Yeah.
And so that was the reason why he could use Rasen Shuriken. But now when he uses Rasen Shuriken, it just feels so much less than it was before.
I disagree.
I know you disagree, but I've seen the series twice over, almost 3 times, all the way through.
Okay,
front to back.
So
I don't know until you could say that. I don't know if you have much to say.
So this is one of my major points is that Madara could not block it. He had to absorb it with the Rinnegan. Sure. And even then, he still had to say, that's way too much fucking power.
Okay.
Literally. Like, he was like, even after absorbing all that power, he was like, that's too much power.
Okay, so
because Madara starts out with a giant reservoir of power.
Okay, so he never
for him to say that's too much power.
He never said that. He
did.
No, he didn't. He acknowledged Naruto for having come up with it. He never said it was too much power. He said, "Okay, now you impressed me." That's not exactly saying it's too much power. But, you know, like, it says that it's still something, but, like, since then, it just, like, kind of, like...
I'm talking about the first time he activated the Rinnegan. When he, like, when he literally said, okay, yeah, that's too much power. And I think I don't think that's because it was too much power for the Rinnegan. I think that it was because it was too much power for the Mangekyo Sharingan.
Mangekyo.
Yeah.
Sharingan.
I think it was too much power for that. I don't think it's too much power for the Rinnegan. So, he had, like, I think Naruto forced Madara into the Rinnegan. Mm-hmm. And that's what he felt like. He felt like that was the transitional point. Because none of the Kage forced them into a Rinnegan, but he was like, "Oh, this one attack, that's what forced me into the Rinnegan, not any of these other attacks."
Mm-hmm. Okay, so there are different forms of the Rasengan currently, right?
Yes.
I'm talking about the regular Rasengan that tore up Hidan, that killed Hidan.
Yeah.
To be honest, if you want to get into it, there's like
Yeah, there's so many different
elements of the Ross down at this point.
Dude, the planetary. Oh my god.
Okay, so my favorite has always been the shark guy. What the fuck's his name? I want to say Zabuza, but Zabuza's totally different shark guy.
That's not even one of the Akatsuki.
No. But he's related to the Akatsuki that I'm thinking of. What is his name? He's not
talking about
not related to him, but like they were part of the Seven Swordsmen.
You're talking about a short guy within the
Shark.
A shark guy within the Seven Swords.
That is also part of the Akatsuki. What's his name?
Oh, fucking.
I feel like Mike Guy right now, forgetting his name all the time. He's like, oh, we fought 3 times, my guy. He's like, oh, who are you though?
He's like, have I?
He's like, you seem familiar.
Oh god, guy gets him with that. He's like, who are you? Oh god, what is his name?
Kasami. Kasami, yes. He was always my favorite. I don't know why. He just had that oomph about it, you know? What?
You realize that the guy he was going after had a red panda as a pet? Yeah, the giant red panda. It's fucking great.
That was B's what do you call it?
One of his friends?
Yeah, his mentor in terms of like rapping and shit.
Yeah. The fucking red panda. That guy was great.
He's like, in case you didn't know, we talked about Red Panda's last episode, so go check that out.
It's hilarious. Oh god, red pandas are amazing.
Yeah. I didn't realize.
Goddamn little raccoon monsters. I swear to God, they're fucking hilarious.
But yeah, Kasami, my favorite. Close second was always I want to say Itachi, but like I feel like Itachi's his own field.
Yeah, he's played out.
Outside of the Akatsuki, but if you take
Pain.
Itachi out of it, my second favorite was always the explosives dude. Datara. And I just feel like that's always a fucking cool thing to do. It's like, oh, my hands eat clay. Kaboom.
It was alright. To be honest, I understand why they considered Sasori above Datara.
Most agreed, yeah. I'm not saying Datara was like one of the best. I'm saying he was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
But Sasori was like after that.
Yeah. Even though like Sasori like got taken out beforehand.
Very early on. Yeah.
Yeah, very early on. Like I still feel like he was like goddamn strong component. He was fucking...
Yeah, like, so if he were to face anyone other than the 2, like, really high-leveled healing ninjas from both the sand and the leaf.
And somebody who knew his attacks.
Yeah, like, because she was also... Granny Chio was also very much a puppet master.
Yeah.
And then...
So she knew his... Like, first of all... She was a part of his training and knew his attacks. The other part was that she was also a master in what he was also a master of. Mm-hmm. The other thing is...
They were both really well versed in healing.
Medical jutsu. Yeah. So they were both capable of disarming his most valued assets,
which is poison.
which was poison. Yeah. And his ability to control so many different puppets all at the same time.
100 to be exact.
Yeah. Well, the thing was that those 100 could control 100.
Yeah.
And that was the thing. Like, but he never broke that part out. So, since he was able to control 100, he was like, damn.
yeah, most definitely. Like, Gran and Geo could only master 7.
Yeah.
But, you know, like, her mastery of those 7 were so great, she could, you know, like, the higher you go, the lesser. It doesn't matter. Watch the episodes.
Amazing episodes.
I mean, I believe it's only like up to like episode 27 where this happens.
Yeah.
It's fairly early on.
Yeah, and it's also when you first get like the first taste of the of fucking what do you call it? Guy Sensei's what do you call it?
His 8 inner gates.
Yeah, when you get like the blue flame.
And you just like punching.
And you get the Akinsachiki or some shit like that.
Yeah, some sort of like fire punch thing.
Yeah, like fire, like igniting air with his punches. It's like fucking this motherfucker just did this.
He's like throwing fire punches with just like sheer will.
Yeah, it's just like God damn it! It's like this motherfucker just going. It's like this is not ninjutsu. This is just sheer will and fire. It's like this man got it.
Gosh. Yeah.
Dude, fucking Guy is so cool. Like, Guy is the coolest character ever.
Oh man, his filler story, heartbreaking.
Oh, with Die? Oh my god.
Like, hey, I've been training this new jutsu that has been passed down through like very high level taijutsu masters. But I'm about to teach this to you. And then they go on a mission together, and then he's like, hey, get out of here. I'm gonna protect you. And it's just like, oh, heart drops.
Yeah. Oh god. And mainly because like Guy realizes he's gonna lose. Guy realizes he's like, you know what? We're both not strong enough. Even if we fought together, we couldn't fuck these people up at all. And then it like dies like, get the fuck out of here. He's like, and that's his first witness of the fucking of the 8 gates opening. It's just like,
oh gosh,
heartbreaking. So goddamn heart wrenching. It's just like, oh.
Even the moment when Guy does like
you get to
gets to the 8 inner gates like against Madara. Like he's like, oh, he can only get hurt with taijutsu. And he's Madara. You know what I gotta do?
Yeah. He's like, all right. He's like he looks at fucking Minato, Kakashi, and Naruto, and just looks like
Rock Lee was there too, actually,
and Rock Lee, but Rock Lee's still like one of those people you can't mention because he can't open the 8th gate yet.
He can actually. At that point in the series, he can.
No, like it's distinguished. At that point, he can only open 6 gates.
No. Okay, so
at that point, at that,
I've seen this very closely. A lot more. I've seen this a lot more recently than you have. Trust me. At that point, they took the Chunin exams. He could only open to the 6 gates. But the Chunin exams was so much before then.
Yeah.
But at that point, he could open all 8.
Could he?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe. I've only heard the discussion that he's that Rock Lee's only been able, like, as prior evidence, only been able to open the 6th gate. The 7 gate and 8 gate are so hard to master. Like, those are mastery levels of taijutsu. So much so that, like, they need to be that high level. But when you witness it, it's like, even in those moments, like, Rock Lee only opens up the 6 gates. and that I think that's a lot of people's reasoning is like, hey, the only
reason why he only opens the 6 gates is because it takes so much out of you.
Yeah.
Open gates, right? That when you come back and you want to heal up beforehand.
But you also see him like in that moment say like, I wish I could open up more gates, but I can't. And then he's just there on the sidelines, and it kind of sucks because the only people left.
The only reason why he's like that is because even if he goes to the 7th gate, he's not going to be anywhere near the 8th gate. He's just going to be in the way.
Yeah. So at the moment, he is compared like this. I'm talking about Guy at this time. That he is compared to like Guy is compared to basically Minato, Naruto, and Kakashi at the same time. Like literally, he's like, if you take the best 3 qualities out of these 3 people, that's Guy Sensei at that time.
Yeah, and
he's like
even says like, hey,
you're
the strongest. You're the strongest ninja in the world right now.
Yeah.
Like if I didn't dodge like this half millimeters this way, like you would have got me.
Yeah, and then he just like. But then that's what like brings out the full Madara, and that's the crazy part. He just
I feel like we've gone,
oh god, so many feels in Naruto, so many feels.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to the like biggest feels in Naruto at all.
Yeah, no, not at all. Yeah, like you like not even Boruto at this point.
So we're gonna take a break, but when we come back, we're gonna talk about games.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We gotta move on.
all right. I have a small mention just afterwards.
Of anime?
Yeah.
Oh, mention it right now, actually.
Okay, well, Darker Than Black.
Never seen it.
Darker Than Black is a small series about an assassination group that is literally about people, well, obviously assassinations around the world that have one person being assassinated to influence an entire nation. So once these assassinations happen, obviously there's giant backlash because this one person has so much influence within a nation, and it just tracks the aftermath, not the assassination. And I thought that was the coolest thing, is that it tracks not the assassination, but the aftermath that comes after the the assassination.
Sure.
And that's the coolest thing. I was like, okay.
What's it called again?
Darker Than Black.
Darker Than Black.
And such a good series. Such a very good series.
Cool. So, when we get back, we're going to talk about games and then music. Music's going to be fun.
Music will be interesting.
You Ryan, do the thing. It's break time! So we're back.
Yeah.
And we are getting to the last 2 subjects of the night, which are games and music. So, let's get started with the games.
Yeah.
I will start with...
Yeah, because you probably have more.
I have 2. You have 2.
Shut up.
I know for a fact you have 2 now.
Shut up.
Assassin's Creed.
That's not a real game.
Just the series in general. They are assassins, which are inherently a secret society.
And that's their creed. Yeah, and that's their creed.
To be honest, I've only ever played Brotherhood, and I thought it was a motherfucking great game.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't play the fucking the one with where they were pirates?
No.
Oh god, that was such a good one too.
The one where you played American for a moment? I didn't even play that one.
I didn't even play that one either. But like the one where they were pirates, that was great when they were pirates.
In Egypt, like Assassin's Creed Origins, like, but you know, like, it's based all around like that secret society. But,
you know what's amazing?
What's that?
I really feel like they what do you call it? They stole the game of like Thief.
Thief?
Yeah.
Yeah. The original Thief?
Yes, the original Thief.
Okay.
So, the original Thief. Oh god. Thief 2, like I got into it in Thief 2. Thief 2 was the shit.
Uh-huh.
I just remember that first mission. That first mission was so fucking hard because you had to take in ambient noise, you had to take in lighting, you had to take in weapon choice, you had to take in everything into account, and it was so hard. That first mission fucked me up because I was such a young kid. It literally like took me so many things to calculate, and I was like, God damn it, why is this is a game, why is this so hard? And I was like, but like,
stressed out.
Literally I was like, why the fuck am I so stressed out about a game right now? I'm like, why the fuck is all this happening right now? And that was the thing, and it was pretty funny. But Thief was cool like that, and I feel like Assassin's Creed was like a little bit of a rip-off of it.
A good rip-off.
I mean, great rip-off. Great rip-off.
All right, but yeah,
I mean,
that's all I have to say about the subject, because currently I wouldn't be able to articulate very well in terms of that.
Yeah, like Thief had its own thing. Soul, like, and Dark Soul had its own thing.
So what's your game?
My game is Slenderman. And Slenderman was a fucking cult within itself. Literally, the game.
Girls have killed over this. Literally.
Yeah, there's.
In terms of the subject.
Yeah.
This is totally made up subject.
Yeah, and the game itself, like, if you were around for the beginning of Slenderman, that shit was scary. like as a game, that thing was scary as fuck.
Yeah.
Like literally, like from conception, it was just one of those like random like pop-up games that literally just came out of nowhere and was like, hey, solve this mystery. And then once you tried to solve this mystery, it was like, what the fuck is this character? And then it was like, oh god. And you just like the game.
The amount of gas you just gave in like 3 seconds.
The game itself. All right. So the game itself.
Yes.
The game itself. Okay. So the game itself. Great. Like, it didn't give you any clues. It didn't give you any hints. It just gave you a brief description of what the game wanted you to do. And you have a general objective, and then you're just placed in the middle of the woods.
What's the objective? Solve the clue?
Yeah, solve the clue.
Okay.
And then that's when you started to realize, hey, there's this scary tall fuck in the woods fucking you up. And then like it literally just became this crazy animosity, because it was weird, because every time you encountered this fuck, you had less visibility, you had less residuals, everything fucked up around you. Everything around you fucked up, and it was just
question.
like, yeah.
How does surround secret societies?
Because he's a fucking secret in.
That doesn't, guys. This Slender Man is not a society, sir. Okay.
No. Like the cult around him became a secret society within itself.
I don't think it became a secret society. I think it became a society around Slenderman. I'm not sure if it was so secret.
No, it was secreted to begin with. Because the thing started out as an independent game.
Mm-hmm.
So that independent game had the game traction somewhere, right?
Sure.
So, do you think it gained merit of a game on its own by the standing at which it was at?
Yes.
If you go back in the Slenderman series, which is literally just Slenderman. It wasn't even called Slenderman.
Was it a? So I don't know the origins of Slenderman, to be honest, and I just know it was around when it was around.
Yeah.
I know little girls were like, "Oh, we're paying tribute to Slenderman, so we're killing these people."
Yeah.
And I was like, "That's fucked up."
And then it became that's literally, I think, what you're talking about. That's where the secret society became a thing.
Okay.
And that's where it started to hit mainstream media.
Was it a video game first, or was it a?
It was a video game. It was literally just an independent studios video game where it was literally just a 64-bit thing where you were literally just a person in the woods trying to solve an untold mystery. And the only thing you had to do was go through the forest, encounter these weird buildings, and try to solve a mystery that you were told nothing about. and that's the mystique about it, was that even since you were told nothing about the game and you were told nothing about the story, you were just literally you had to imagine everything.
Sure.
In the story.
Yeah. Let's move on from this.
Yeah.
If that's okay with you?
I'm okay with that.
Okay. One quick thing that I didn't mention in TV that I feel like I really should have because I've been really watching a lot of it lately. X-Files has a lot of
David Duchovny? Oh, God.
X-Files has a lot of secret societies in it. Deep Throat just died in the season finale. If you haven't seen the first season finale, you're 2 decades late. Maybe even 3. But yeah.
Deep Throat. Fucking A.
X-Files. Deep Throat's such a horrible name to have for yourself. It's call me Deep Throat. What? Sorry. Continuing.
I mean, yeah. No. Nowadays, yes. Nowadays. Oh my God. It does. It really does. Nowadays, that's such a horrible meaning behind it. But
sure, that's what you want me to call you? Anyways.
Oh my God. Do you realize that was the name for so PIs would have okay, so there was private investigators, there was oh yeah, gumshoe and fucking all these stupid little terms. But one of the names for the one of their best co-conspirators was a guy named Deep Throat. This is my Deep Throat. And it's oh shit. Now you just hear that term and just don't call him that. Don't call him that. Don't refer to them that way.
It has a whole different meaning.
Yeah.
Anyways, so back to games. Skyrim. They have so many different secret societies in Skyrim.
Oh God.
The Assassin's Brotherhood, Assassins, whatever the fuck it's called, Brotherhood of Assassins.
Yeah.
They have the werewolf,
the laughing coffins. Oh.
And then they have.
Oh, I love the laughing coffins.
The Thieves Guild.
Yeah.
I can go on about these things. The only reason why you get into the Assassin's Brotherhood is because they're trying to kill you. It's like, oh, hey, you have to go kill this guy. And some mediocre motherfucker comes up and is like, hey, I'm gonna kill you. And you just like slice and he's dead. And it's like, oh, hey, the Brotherhood knows. And it's like, what? You go to sleep one night, you wake up in a fucking cabin in the middle of nowhere, and it's like, hey, you want to be part of our guild? And then
wait, is that how it happens in Skyrim?
yeah.
Oh Jesus, dude! Like in Morrowind, so you're introduced by like the idea of the coffins, and it's like you kind of investigate this weird group that is like, hey, we're weird.
We're weird.
Yeah, like it literally kind of like starts out in that way, where it's like, hey, we're weird. We have an objection to both factions that are in the game right now that you're being objective to. And then
real quick to interject, the guy who's trying to kill you is part of the Assassin's Guild. I just want to know who hired the Assassin's Guild to kill us. It never states in the game. Unless I'm wrong.
It doesn't. It literally doesn't.
Unless I'm wrong. Like, it's just like you're in the game and like you're in there for like at least 20 hours in the game, which is not a long time to be honest. And someone's like, "Oh, hey, I'm trying to kill you." Like,
no, I feel like that's normal.
And then it's just like, who wanted me dead?
No, I feel like that's a normal occurrence nowadays in the game. Because when I was playing Morrowind for the first time, I became a vampire before I became part of the Laughing Coffins,
which is the secret society you're talking about.
Yeah. So the vampires was the Sunsetters.
Mm-hmm.
The Sunsetters was essentially that. People who came out at sunset. The Sunsetters was essentially a group that had like all these super OP abilities at night.
At night.
But were very vulnerable to fire and daylight. And it's like, oh, I get what you are. You're a fucking vampire. But at the same time,
I don't know, but the meme where it's like, oh, how do you do this? Or why do you do this? Or like, why, like, something blah blah blah. And it's that like Irish dude or Scottish dude, I don't know who it is, but he's like,
yeah.
But it's just looking back, it's like, the secret ingredient is crime.
Kind of. But the idea.
You see it in his face, the way he says the secret ingredient is crime. And it's just like, yes, I get it now.
Oh god. But the idea, yeah. But the idea, amazing. Like you could like. It was weird because my first week playing as a vampire, I got tired of the game because as a normal character, I was OP for the game, and I was like literally just trying to like go through campaign, like go through like average side quests. And then once I became a vampire, I was more OP than the game could understand.
Mm-hmm.
Because anytime the sun went down, I was the most OP character in the game. Sure. And I could literally like punch something, like punch a normal, like a sky, something that was flying at me. I could punch that, gain ability, and just fucking wreck every village in the land.
Yeah.
That's what turned me off about the idea of being in that land. Pretty funny. But the laughing coffins are the shit. I love that. The idea that they carried that on for so long.
Hell yeah, dude. I've never played Morrowind. I've only ever played Skyrim out of the 5 previous ones, right? before that?
There, like Morrowind was like it was like Morrowind 2 was essentially the beginning of like this big ass world.
Yeah.
And like then it went to like Morrowind 3, Morrowind 4. And once Morrowind 4 came out, there was expansions upon Morrowind 4. All the way up until like there was this idea of Skyrim.
Now there's new idea of what's happening.
Yeah, Skyrim, Oblivion, and what is it now?
I forget what the new one's called. But I'm super excited about it.
No, I think Oblivion was before Skyrim, wasn't
Oblivion
it?
was before Skyrim. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then there was Elder Scrolls Online, which is a whole different thing.
Well, Elder Scrolls is the series.
No, yeah, but there's Elder Scrolls Online. Which is why online.
Yeah.
A whole different thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's all I have for games. You have one more, if I am correct.
Yeah. Metal Gear. Oh, the entire. Okay, so this is like okay. So the entire idea of like espionage gaming was built off Metal Gear.
Is that a fact?
That is a fact. Like the entire idea of like subset government conspiracy was built upon Metal Gear. Doesn't matter if it was based in a time before like current time. Metal Gear was one of the first games that suggested the idea that government ideas weren't the best ideas. It was literally an idea of like espionage is a real thing. You need to understand that espionage is real.
Yeah.
And it was crazy because they literally got attacked 4 times before their fucking the second game released, which was technically the original first game of Metal Gear. Yeah, because there was Metal Gear, there was the Battle of Shadow Moses, and then there was Metal Gear 1.
Mm-hmm.
And the first time that it ever came onto PlayStation.
Where's the secret society in this?
Okay. So the secret society is literally Outer Haven, and the idea of Lale Lule Lo, which is the
Lule Lo.
yeah, exactly. but the Lale Lule Lo, which is the Patriot Society, which is controlling government itself, is essentially fighting, literally like in a constant like fighting state between itself. So much so that they were able to control it from a Cold War-esque fighting style down to a literal espionage down to a fucking wildly inaccurate idea of what the world is. And then it just becomes like, and I don't even know, like the story is so suggestive to the point that you're like, you know what? I don't believe some of the shit that I'm hearing right now. Like, you literally like, oh fuck, I heard some of this in the news, and I'm playing it in a game, and it's just like, god damn it. It's like, how do I not make these connections myself? And this is stupid, because you know what? Games, it's just a game, and that's what you tell yourself. This is just a game. This is just a game. This doesn't mean shit. But you know what? I kind of see what this other person is doing, and you know what? In real life, this other person is making these exact same moves this person's doing, and I'm like, god damn it, this sucks, because it's like the game is so suggestive. Like, that's what you gotta understand about the thing.
Yeah.
It's so suggestive. I'm pretty sure nowadays, like, you could play the game the entire way through and still be like, you could kind of attach it to some shit and just be like, god damn, that happened. You could literally say that at some of the points during the game. You'd be like, shit, that happened. I guess we just gotta move forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
series. I hope they come out with a rendition of what the old ones were. You know,
like an HD version.
Well, yeah, like, well, that, or kind of like how they remade Resident Evil 2,
like the remastered versions.
Not just remastered, but just like remade. Because sometimes, like, the mechanics in the old games don't feel right because they're old.
Fair.
You know?
Like, the Battle of Shadow Moses, that could be fucking remastered, like, a lot. Especially because, like, that's where they base a lot of the game off of.
Or like the new Final Fantasy 7, right? Was it 7? That got remade? There's part 1, there's going to be part 2. Like, I kind of hope there's going to be a remake of the Metal Gear series. Only just so I can get to, like, experience this. I'm not going to experience this in the fucking graphics that were back then. No offense.
I mean, they did remaster 1 and 2.
That's not what I was saying, though. Remake where the controls feel so much better.
They do. That's what I mean. Is Xbox did like when 3 came out, they remastered 1 and 2 at the same time to have 3's game controls. Like, so when Metal Gear Solid 3 came out, which was
when did Metal Gear Solid 3 come out?
Like after the 2000s. Still pretty far back. Like, still a generation older than now.
Generations.
No, a generation.
2 generations. You said 2000.
In the 2000.
Because Xbox came out in 2000s.
Yeah.
Then there was Xbox 360, Xbox One. Now there's the Xbox Series X.
Okay, sorry. 360. They redid it for the 360. In the 360, there is an HD collection for it.
But that's still two behind.
A little bit. It's not that far behind the idea of 4.
Okay, but we're getting off track.
You got to understand this. There's only 4 and 5. 4 and 5 were so, like, 4 and 5 were generational gaps. But like one was literally.
That doesn't even matter.
So, okay, but I gotta explain this for a second. The original Metal Gear was a 16-bit game.
Okay.
2 was a 64-bit game. So it skipped over the idea of a 32-bit game. once it skipped over to the 32-bit game into a 164-bit game, that was 3. They remastered all the way up to 2, which was the original, the 32-bit game. The 32-bit game is now on a 1164-bit game.
Uh-huh.
So that's the part where they remastered, and I feel like that is such a good accomplishment for the series. Like, sure. that's worth playing, because like even when I saw this in like a 32-bit series, amazing. It was great.
Okay.
Like the story alone carries it. The graphics, yeah, agreed. Shitty in a 32 and 64-bit bit series.
Sure.
In a 124-bit series. Fair, like fairish, like scenario, especially with what you're getting nowadays, like up all the way up in like 4K and 8K definition.
Yeah. Are you done?
Yeah, I am. No, I'm sorry. Metal Gear is like, literally, Metal Gear is one of the games that got me into gaming, and I love the game so much.
Sure. No, yeah, that makes sense. Going on to music then.
Musica.
At 2 hours and 20 minutes in.
Dope.
I feel like,
what do you got for music?
I feel like you just spent 10 minutes talking about Metal Gear.
Oh man, I mean it's Metal Gear is one of my.
I don't want to bring it up again. Yes.
Metal Gear, favorite ever.
Music. So, I don't have anything particularly that sings about secret societies that comes to mind, but I do have scandals with musicians. There's like, oh, this person's part of the Illuminati, whatnot, type stuff.
Yeah.
Back in like 2012, I believe Beyonce put out a music video that had imagery of triangles, and people were like, "Yeah, she's part of the Illuminati," and I'm just like, "That's stupid." And like, what?
Yeah.
That makes no sense. And I feel like that was like a thing forever for a moment, where everyone was like, triangle, Illuminati. I'm like, it's a shape. People use this shape a lot. It has 3 points.
No, like to be honest, I've kind of like looked into that like weird idea. It's like, oh yeah, look at this. They make a triangle here. They make a triangle there. It's like, fuck you. That's 3 lines. It's like other than being another line, that's the only other shape you could make.
Unless you see lizard people or any other idea of like the all-seeing eye within that moment. Is it Illuminati?
Yeah. And that was the other thing.
Probably not.
And that was the other thing, is that like people were like using like not just like the triangle, but like literally like putting like an eye over your eye. It was like, oh yeah, that's the Illuminati. It's like, no. It's like God damn it. It's like just realize people have eyes, and you know what? There's this stupid idea out in the world that if you cover up part of your like ocular receptiveness, you're gonna see more. And it's just like, God damn it. It's like, why are people talking about this?
You remember that moment where Taylor Swift won a Grammy? Was it a Grammy? For her a music video. And then Kanye West walks all the way up to stage and is like, yo, Taylor, I think your music video is great, but Beyonce's was better. That's all I have to say. And hands it back to Taylor Swift. You remember this?
Yes, yeah.
Everyone was saying that this was a hazing ritual that Kanye had to do to become part of the Illuminati.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, so like fucking Kanye is a part of the Illuminati. This is amazing. I love this idea. This is amazing. This guy. Oh, is that why he's been doing so much stupid shit? Oh my god.
Not for president, Kanye for Illuminati.
Kanye for the Illuminati. Let's get this going.
But yeah, no, that was the whole thing. And they're like, oh yeah, he's trying to get into Illuminati. This hazing ritual.
Jesus. I mean Moses. Sorry, Moses.
It's just a ridiculous thing.
Pretty funny though.
Yeah. Taylor Swift's just like, what the fuck are you doing?
Bro, that shit was so hilarious.
Do you have anything down for music?
Yes, I do. Burzum.
What is Burzum?
Burzum is a band about the cult. The satanic cult.
Okay.
So Burzum is one of the first bands to actually have, well, Burzum is one of the first bands to be recognized as like a top band on MTV. I think almost as soon as they got one of the top bands on MTV, they also became one of the first bands who made a record album about having a ritual sacrifice.
Yeah, I've heard about this.
Yeah, and Burzum is like one of those weird fucking bands that you hear about and it's like, oh yeah, didn't they sacrifice somebody? It's like, yes they did. Yes, they fucking did. And it just becomes this idea of like, hey, you know what? Companies don't want to be associated with the kind of people who sacrifice things to a satanic cult. It's like, you can rap, you can sing, and you can promote this as much as you want in lyrical form. But once you start doing shit to represent your cult, yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem. And then it just becomes a thing. Fucking
Sure.
wildness. But Burzum was one of the original people to do that, and it was fucking crazy because people died. People died for this fucking band.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I see you have two down for music, actually.
I do. Mozart.
Yeah?
Yeah. Mozart was actually one of the original Freemasons.
Was he?
He was. Proven fact. He was one of the original Freemasons, and he influenced English as language.
What a bastard.
Yeah, fucking. This is where the idea of total paganism comes from.
Huh.
Which is amazing because, like, who would have ever thought that like a language would inspire a Christian revolt? Amazing though.
Would it be fair to say that the native language had a
Much bigger play on it.
inspired a Christian revolt? Just never mind. Forget about it. I was getting too deep into that.
Into the idea of like
what you just said.
into the idea of like Roman and Greek.
No, you just said the English language inspired a Christian revolt. Is what you said. Something of the sorts.
But because of Mozart.
But because of Mozart.
He was a Freemason, which meant like obviously they spoke within a lot of the Latin root word, and he also spoke Greece, like Greek and Masonic ideals.
Mm-hmm.
So he had like multiple languages, but English was one of the languages that was considered an ideology, which is weird. Because it's weird to think that English is an ideology.
It is, but it isn't.
Yeah, like it's weird to think that like,
I mean,
we speak English, but like it's weird to think that inspired a revolution.
It's weird to think that people are forced to speak English because Americans speak English. But again, I'm too deep into it.
Yeah. Like that might be a little too deep into it.
Again, we finished 2 six-packs and the drinking horn. We're in it.
Yeah. We're down the rabbit hole.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
My page is even right set up.
So what do you got for games?
We just talked about games. We're talking about music.
Music. Oh shit. Yeah. I just meant to. Yeah.
I think we're about to get into the nightcap, actually, which we don't have enough for any nightcap at all, actually. But like my favorite was the drinking horn.
Was it?
Out of all the 3 that we had tonight, yeah.
The root beer.
Yeah.
To be fair.
But yeah, close second was the Angry Orchard, and then my apple was probably about a 5 out of 10.
Gross. My favorite was the Angry Orchard, followed up by the root beer, and Reds is always classic hated. It's in my opinion, I fucking hate that type of cider. To be honest,
it's a 5 out of 10.
It's literally like I think they could do better. To be honest, like I don't think they're trying hard enough.
If they tweaked it just like a little bit,
it
could be so much better.
It's that small tweak.
That's true.
It's that small tweak.
That's why it's a 5 out of 10.
Yeah,
it could be so much better. They just don't try hard enough.
Yeah, it's literally like okay, so
it's on the cusp of being like
greatness. Yeah, it's literally on that fucking edge.
You drink it and you're like, this could be better.
No. So if you ever drink like any type of alcohol that you realize like, hey, you could have let that sit for like 2 hours, it would be amazing. I feel like that's what Red is. Reds is like, it's on that edge where you're like, hey, you could have got a little bit longer with this, and this shit would be amazing.
But then again, I have no idea of like the brewing process of a cider or anything. I like personally, but past that point, me and Darren differed in our drinks of the nights. But heck yeah, dude. You have any more things to say tonight other than what we talked about?
Yeah, fucking Achilles is amazing in goddamn Fate Stay. And you know what? This motherfucker could have took about everybody. Everybody. You know how well he dominated everybody? Is that even when he was gone, his noble phantasm was the cause of the actual win in the goddamn Fate Stay series.
Thanks for the
recap. You're goddamn welcome. Just kidding.
Not just a spoiler alert, apparently.
Yeah, I might have said that. But to be honest,
it's been out for 2 years.
It's been out for a few years. It's more like 4.
How long have I lived here? It's about 2 years.
Yeah,
came out 2 years ago. Doesn't matter. yeah, it's been great having you guys. Let us know what your favorite movies, TV, anime, games, and music consist within secret societies. I want to hear more about musicians being in secret societies, or the conspiracy theories behind them. Tell us about that in the comments. Your favorite games with secret societies. I want to hear more about that because I am a big fan of secret societies, or conspiracy theories in general. Movies, I've seen plenty of them, but if I haven't seen one, I want you to mention it. Don't tell me anything about TV because I'm full up on having to watch TV and anime.
Yeah, especially like conspiracies on New Girl. Don't do that. Conspiracies on New Girl. Don't do that.
If there were any conspiracies on New Girl, I could debunk them quickly. And if they tried,
you know what?
If they tracked, I would be like, all right, you got a point.
Real fucking challenge. Get some New Girl conspiracies going. Because I want to see if this man can counter them. Get some going. This is gonna be amazing.
You know how long it's been since I've seen New Girl?
Yesterday?
5 hours ago.
Shut up.
So,
why is he pointing at Chicago?
I don't know. Anyways, that's been...
Oh, God. Chicago is amazing.
This has been After Hours, and we've had too much, and we appreciate you for listening to us drink while talking to you. Talking at you. I don't know how to phrase that right. Good night, and have a good morning, evening, middle of the day.
Yeah,
maybe
and
middle of the night.
Make sure to dink it with Mike, because Mike's out there somewhere still.
And Darren's here.
Yeah, I'm here, but Mike, make sure to include him in your party.
Good night, guys.